Hello, I'm Calum Lawrence. I'm here with Demon F at the moment, and I'm joined with Tom Little.
Hello.
How did you find the show today?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was my first time doing an hour, and I didn't expect anyone. I expected like 10 people to turn up, so then like 58 people did, and it was all right. it was good. So I felt pretty pleased with how it went.
Yeah, I'd say it was a really good atmosphere in the room. So you've got into comedy fairly recently. I've had a little look up online at some of the stuff you've done. So what made you want to become a comedian in the first place?
I don't know. Well, I sort of wanted to do writing. I like the idea of like writing a sitcom, but I found that it's really hard to get into, and also it's sort of it's frustrating as well to sort of write something on your own and then send it off, and probably never hear back from it. Whereas with stand-up, you can write something and do it to an audience that night, and it's a lot more immediate. So it was really just to see what it was like, really. Yeah.
Do you have any like inspirations or anything like that?
I really like Stuart Lee. It's my favourite. But I like like Johnny Vegas, David Mitchell, Charlie Brooker. I like any stand-ups. Dylan Moran, Sean Locke. Yeah.
Oh, Sean Locke's been. Didn't he won the Leicester Mercury Comedian of the Year award?
Johnny Vegas has.
Johnny Vegas has. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
I tell everyone about. I've won the same award as Johnny Vegas. Yeah.
So what would you say is your key to success in progressing so quickly in the scene?
I try and do as much as I can with stand-up in terms of gigging and writing, but also I think I have been lucky. I've been in the right place, the right time, quite a few times. Just got. I was in the BBC Radio New Comedy Award. I got to the final of that, and a lot of that was sort of look that I had a good gig just before the deadline to send off your audio application, so I had a better audio recording, and that which got us through the heats, and then got through the final, and then I got through to the Leicester Mercury, and then I won that. And I think doing well in competitions sort of got my name out with promoters.
Yeah, it seems to be like all's fallen well together, really, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So if you were speaking to someone who hasn't seen your live comedy before, how would you describe your style?
I get described as awkward a lot by other people, which it's kind of weird.
It's a funny awkward.
It's not really a compliment, but I'm happy with it. I'm comfortable with it. I sort of awkward. I try and write like proper jokes, but I try and write one-liners, but they get really long. There's one-liners, but.
You build on them though. When I was watching the show, the jokes just build on each other, and it ends up being just a really good comedy show, I'd say. So you kind of mentioned it a little bit. So what kind of processes do you use to create all the sketches or the one-liners or anything like that?
It's tricky. Normally you just have like a very small idea, but I'm not really thinking about it, just like in the shower or walking to Tesco's or wherever, and then have a small idea and then try and develop it into something bigger. But having the small idea in the first place is hard. I know some stand-ups do set times to write, whereas I can't really do anything. If I think, right, I'm just going to write some jokes, I can't think of anything. I need a small idea in the first place, and getting that idea, I don't know.
Yeah, well, it seems to work out.
Have more of them.
Have you ever had to deal with any hecklers or anything awkward in the audience?
Yeah. The only hecklers I've had to deal with, usually it seems to be people like correcting me on a fact, which is
not quite heckling.
Quite weird, yeah, but sort of that sort of thing, like some obscure bit of trivia that the joke's based on, people will chip in, and then but that can be the joke later on is I'm pretending I don't know that. And normally I find if I just sort of acknowledge it and then sort of ask them nicely not to talk to me, the people, if I'm going well enough, people will usually back me up. You don't need to. Have like heckle put down, you can just...
So the audience tends to be on your side?
Yeah. Look, I don't think I've been properly heckled with an audience that wasn't on my side, and I still don't know how I'll cope with that.
We'll come back to you maybe next year and find out if it's ever happened. So how did it feel to win the Leicester Mercury Comedian of the Year award last year, was it?
Yeah, it was last year. It felt great. It was really exciting. I know it's a cliche thing to say, but just being nominated felt like a big deal. Because the other acts I knew, quite a few of them were all really good, and we didn't hear each other's sets during it, so I still didn't know how I'd done. So I was just sort of still conscious of not wanting to get my hopes up or anything. Then I got told that I'd won it, and it was really good. Yeah.
Brilliant. So just going to wind it down a little bit. Do you fancy answering some quick-fire questions? So it's just going to be some really fast questions, and we're going to do that with the mic and just get you to give the quickest answer you can. So what is your favourite movie?
Pulp Fiction.
Good movie. Do you floss?
No.
That's it.
I have done, but not with any regularity.
How many Twitter followers do you have?
Like 522, I think. About that.
Will you follow me on Twitter?
Yeah, why not?
Describe yourself in 3 words.
Stand-up comedian. No.
I had to check there. That was
That's sort of cheating, isn't it? Like, I don't know, awkward,
There's a hyphen.
awkward, loud comedian. That's.
What career would you have if you weren't a comedian, or what would you aim to have?
I studied at university as a social worker, so I think I'd probably be doing that.
What have you done with Stuart?
That's rubbish. That.
Sorry, I can try. Should never try a joke with a comedian. What is your worst nightmare?
Worst nightmare. I genuinely used to have this recurring nightmare of like a bird attacking me, or sometimes like a dead bird that came to life, like on a dead bird off the pavement and just fly up. And
That has got progressively terrifying. And finally, where do you hope to see yourself in 10 years?
I just want to keep doing stand-up, really. Nothing specific, no specific ambition, but just sort of keep doing it, do more material, do sort of bigger gigs and see how it goes, really. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for interviewing with us today.
Thank you very much.
And we'll hope to see you again next year in Leicester. Yeah. Or sooner, hopefully.